Welcome back, crafty friends. I'm coming on with just a little craft with me. I was going to show you guys how I made, I don't know if you guys saw recently my leaf card that I made for Tony. And a couple people asked me if I could show how I made it. So this time I'm going to do a night sky theme with bats for Halloween. And now you can use regular card bases. I was out of card bases, and so I happen to have this scrap of black cardstock, so I just folded it in half, and it is 4 by 6, so it's a 4 by 6. So my measurements might be a little different than yours just because I used a scrap piece of paper, but obviously use, you know, your card bases if you have them. And then I cut 2 panels, and they are this one's just under 3 3/4 by 5 1/2. So I cut 2 panels, one for the outside and one for the inside. And we'll glue the other one on the inside as well. All right, so now our card base is ready to go. We're going to set that aside for a moment. And up next, you want to cut out 3 3-inch squares. I would suggest using thin paper. If you have thin like scrapbook paper, but that's thin, that you want to use that's got a design on it, that's great. I didn't really, mine was too thick, so I used a piece of plain copy paper, and then just used a spiderweb stencil and some the Black Soot Distress Oxide spray. And so once you have your 3 squares, you're going to fold diagonally, corner to corner, both ways. And then also, you can fold one of the ways. You can fold both, it doesn't hurt, but you only have to fold straight across this way one way. And then you will see, let me grab a pen. Oops, sorry. And let me leave this card base here just so that that glare doesn't show. Sorry about that. So once you, might be easier to see on this side. Once you fold it like that, you've got the lines for the diagonals going corner to corner. Okay, this isn't gonna write on here. One moment. Let me find a micron here, see if that draws. Yeah. So you've got your line, your crease lines on your diagonal. Well, on one of your squares, on one of your triangle pieces here where you folded straight across, you're also going to have this line coming straight down here. Right, so you've got a crease here and a crease here. We're going to cut this one triangle out. It's going to look like this. Okay, so we're going to go straight up this center crease right here, just to the point, just to the center of our square. And then we're going to cut across this diagonal here. And now we've got this. All right, so now we're going to take these pieces and we are going, so you're going to hold right here, and hold right here, and tuck the left behind the right, like that, okay? Again, hold here and here, and you're going to tuck your left piece behind your right piece. Bring them together and bring it all the way to the fold line there, and you've got a pyramid. So we're going to glue it like that. I'm going to add my glue. All right, now we're going to do that with the others. Go. So now we've got 3 little pyramids. And then you're going to have a crease going down the middle of one of your remaining side that you didn't cut out. So we're just going to take that crease and fold it inwards. And then bring these 2 points together. And now you've got a triangle. So you're going to take that middle crease, push it in, and bring these 2 points together, and then flatten them out. So we've got 2 of those, and let's do our last one. Here it is. So I'll turn it this way, pushing the crease in. Make sure your point, it creases all the way up to your point there. And then you're just gonna bring these 2 points together and then press that center flat. All right. So now we have 3 of those. And with these, all right, so we have our fold right here on this side, okay? We're gonna lay this flat like that. Our folded tuck part is on that side. We're going to take our next one with the folded tucked part on the left side, and we're going to glue it on top, okay? All right, my folded tuck side is on the left, my folded tuck side's on the left, and we're going to glue this on top. All right, we're going to do that one more time. Folded tuck sides on the left, so we're going to glue this on top. And now we have this piece that opens up, okay? So we're going to set this aside for a moment while we finish up some, while we go on to the next step. Ouch! I just, so next we're going to take a die. I've got this one. It can be round. It can honestly be any shape. We're going to cut a window in our card. So you can make this any shape you want. I don't have very many dies, like the nesting dies. So I did have this one and I thought it was perfect for a window. This one was a nesting die. This one is, just under 3 inches wide. But you use whatever, and it can be any shape again, whatever you want. And I'm gonna take this over to the machine and cut it out. But remember, when you do that, to open up your card so you don't cut out your back piece. You want to open up your card and just just cut this out like that, okay? All right. And now we've got this cool piece that we can save and use for another project. Set that aside. And we have our window. So up next, what we're going to do next is we're going to glue our piece that we made in there. So if you fold it up like this, you want these folds like this to be on the bottom here, like that. Fold it up just so it's easier to glue. And we're gonna glue the back side. Right down here to our bottom corner. Move it in maybe just a little from the and then we can put some glue right here on the top. All right. And this definitely seems thicker this time. I don't know why it's thicker, because I used the same paper as I did on Tony's. But I feel like Tony's laid flatter. Maybe it was after being in the envelope for a few days it flattened out. So that's what we've got now, look. All right. So the next step is gonna be, let me put my pin in my glue. Move that out the way. Move our card out the way for a moment. And next we have this piece of acetate. Let's put the card back because of the glitter. All right, so I have this piece of acetate. I don't actually know how tall you need it to be, so mine is just cut a little bit shorter than the card because it's definitely not going to need to be longer than the card, taller than the card. So I'm just starting with this square that's about 5.5 inches square. And we're going to use this to hold all of our little bags. So what we're going to do is we are going to take some double stick tape and we're going to place it right along the top of your acetate, which I really should move that while I do this real quick. All right. Perfect. I did it a little crooked. It's hard to see with because it was clear and it was reflecting the light. So I'm just trimming off this extra little bit at the top that I didn't get covered. And then this here, it didn't go all the way to the end, so I'm just trimming that off. All right, so now we have our tape at the top, double stick tape. We just want to cut thin little strips. And I wonder if I can do this on the cutter. Because the last card, the leaf one I made, my strips were all uneven in different sizes because I can't seem to cut straight, especially when I can't see the plastic. So let's see if we can cut ourselves. Oh, that end is very uneven. Let's just even up that end so it's nice and straight. Oh, perfect. That's working. So we're gonna get rid of this little piece here. And just cut a bunch of strips. It depends on how many. I'm thinking around 10. All right, so these are all cut, and I ended up with, I just went ahead and cut the whole piece into strips. I ended up with 13, I believe. But we'll see how many we actually use. It just depends on how it's looking. Right, so the next step is to put some bats on here. So we're going to peel our tape and stick our bats on the top. So I'm peeling the tape off and sticking a bat on. Trying to see which way the bats go. There we go. I'm sorry, I'm having trouble because the static cling of this acetate doesn't want to let me let go of anything. All right, and we're just going to stick a bunch of bats on. All right, so far I've done 9 little bats. So our next step is we're just going to start positioning them in here and seeing how, you know, cut where we need to cut the length at. So I want my ones that I'm going to put in the front a little further down. So I would say I want to cut it right about here. Oh yeah, that's gonna be cute right there. So I'm just basically figuring out where I want them. So now I'm gonna take some more double stick tape to stick at the bottom of my strip. Now that I've cut it to the length I want, you just need a little tiny piece. I know it's hard for you to see the acetate, but I'm just putting my double stick tape at the bottom. And I'm gonna peel it off. And then I'm gonna stick this up here where I want it. I think my bat's gonna look cute right there, so I'm just gonna press that down right there. And there's our first cute little bat in our little window. And we're just gonna keep going doing that. Let's do our next one in the front here. How about like right there? And let's get another piece of double stick tape. All right, and he looks great right about there. So we're gonna press him down, and now we've got 2 little bats in our window. So I usually use this front compartment for the ones that are at the front and at the lowest level. You can obviously do this however you want. It's just how mine did it. And then my middle compartment is for my middle level bats, and then my back compartment is for my top level bats. I don't think it actually matters, guys. You can put them wherever, however, and you'll just do the same thing. You'll cut them down, put some tape, and stick them into the compartments here. You can do it however you think is best. I just do it that way for some reason. All right, so I've got all my bats in here. And then when you open it up, you've got all this. And I ended up using the 9 bats and not needing any more. I liked how it looked like this. You can do yours exactly how you want. And then next, I'm just going to add a sentiment. I have this stamp that said, open if you dare. I thought that would look great right there. And then, you know, because if you open it, then you release all the bats and they come flying at you. So I thought that was a good one. So we're going to go ahead and glue that on. So I have the nesting die that's this shape here, and then this is the other nesting die I have. And I think I finally got a circle one, but now I want like a scallop circle one. But I think I finally did just get a circle one. Like Stace was saying the other day, it seems like the circle nesting die is a staple in everybody's set of dies. However, for some reason, I never got one. And so I would say I think a few Temu purchases ago, I decided to finally get one. I probably should have glued this piece down first and then set this one on the top because you kind of can't press it down. But that's all right. So there we go. Open if you dare. Ooh. So that's that. That's how you make this card. Oh man, I forgot the lady I first saw it from. I'm pretty sure I saved the video. Hopefully I did, because it was quite a while ago. So if I forget the name of the lady I saw doing this, but I will try to find her video and link it in the description box so you can also check her out. She was doing, hers is like a spring card with butterflies, and then I did mine that I sent to Tony as a fall with falling leaves. And now that we're getting to Halloween and I'm doing the Halloween crafting, I did the bats. So you can adapt this idea to literally any theme that you want. So if you guys make your card, please let me see. I'd love to see what styles and designs and themes you guys choose. So let me see when you guys make this. All right. Have a great day. See you later.